The House of Representatives has urged the media to strengthen public understanding of the reserved seats for women bill as the National Assembly prepares for its next stage of consideration. At a training for the National Assembly press corps in Abuja, House spokesman Honorable Akin Rotimi said journalists are key to framing accurate narratives around the amendment, which requires approval from both chambers. Lead advocate Osasu Ibinedion Oguche said the section aims to improve reporting on women's political representation, noting that persistent violence, financial barriers, and discrimination continue to limit women's participation. She highlighted the low number of women in legislative offices nationwide and stressed that the bill is intended to correct long-standing exclusion. Executive Director of Gender Strategy Advancement International, Adora Sidney Jack, outlined the need for gender-sensitive reporting, urging journalists to avoid stereotypes and focus on policy, competence, and balanced framing as public attention on the bill increases. Special Advisor to the Deputy Speaker, Dr. Chidozie Aja, explained that the bill seeks to amend the 1999 Constitution to create reserved constituencies for women in the National Assembly and State Houses of Assembly, with the measure subject to review after 4 election cycles. The training brought together lawmakers, civil society advocates, and journalists, reaffirming a joint commitment to improving media reporting on gender representation as lawmakers move closer to voting on the reserved seats for women bill.
For us, we believe that media is a very critical stakeholder in helping us to appropriately frame the narratives around what it is that we're doing. Of course, we know it's a constitutional amendment bill that requires passage in both houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate, which is why we're today focusing on the House of Representatives press corps. And we believe that this would go a long way in helping to address whatever misconceptions that even those managing, the media reportage of this crucial bill.
So we've seen women who have been beaten up, their dresses torn just because they want to represent their people, because they believe that they are in a strategic position to tell the stories of their communities, and we see what happens to them. So it's not the fact that women don't want to come out, it's that when they do, the cost of doing that is very high, right? Their families are affected, their children, their husbands, right? So the price for a lot of people is very high to pay. That is why this piece of legislation is so important. So it's women competing amongst each other.
So what the reserve seat is doing is to present a window opportunity for decades of imbalance to be corrected. And what they're saying is that one woman will come out of the 19 political parties, one each. They will go and run amongst themselves. But at the end of the day, a woman will emerge to begin to balance out the decades of exclusion.
For emphasis, these seats will not be replacing existing seats, but will expand representation to create room for women at the table of decision making. It is also important to note that political parties will only field female candidates for these seats. As proposed in the bill ab initio, it is meant to serve for 4 election cycles of 16 years, and it is known as a temporary special measure.